So we've received 3 grants for this round. The first is, as a matter of fact, is taking place right before your very eyes, although you can't see it, kayaking for kids on Wolf Island. The second is a project at Charlotte Lake High School called The Drum. And at Charlotte Lake High School, Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal students will explore the heritage of First Nations peoples, especially in that area which has a proud history and heritage with First Nations people in the Charlotte Lake area. And the third and final one kind of snuck up on us at the last minute. The KCBI robotics team, we have a very strong robotics contingent at our high schools. But the KCBI robotics team, K-Botics, did so well at the provincial championship that they unknowingly wound up being invited to go to the World Championships in St. Louis. And they needed some support in order to pull that together. And so the Limestone Learning Foundation and the Community Foundation worked together to come up with some funds to make sure that they were able to be represented at the St. Louis Championships, which was held a couple of weeks ago.
So this grant is going to help us give a kid a helmet. It's what we've called the project. This grant will help us put 400 helmets on 400 children in our community. So again, thank you very, very much.
Okay.
But on behalf of Maple Sale Kingston, we're very grateful for the help that the Community Foundation has provided us this year. The money will go towards providing the equipment for our program. Our program gives opportunities for the disabled community to enjoy sailing. So we have 2 different types of boats that we have. Martin 16s, which can be fully outfitted with equipment for sip and puff mechanism, so it allows the sailors to fully control the boats even if they have a high level of disability. And then we have a higher performance 2.4 meter, which we just got last year, which is now part of the Paralympic classes. So our goal going forward is to try and develop a high performance sailing opportunities for the people in and around Eastern Ontario. So the money that we've received from the Community Foundation is going to really help us go towards that goal. So we're very grateful and thank you.
We'll be using this grant to help support our Writers Studio, which is a unique feature of the festival. It offers master classes to local, emerging, and established writers, given by some of the 50-plus internationally renowned writers that we bring into Kingston for the festival. It offers very small classes, intimate experience and insight into writer's craft in a broad range of genre. So thank you very much.
And so we are very grateful for this grant, which we use towards our 3rd annual Youth Forum on Global and Community Development. And that was essentially a conference that brought together over 200 high school students, development professionals, Queen's professors, and professionals from various non-governmental organizations in the area for a full day of workshops and interactive development engagement. So thank you very much for this grant.
And this grant will help us, has helped us create some plaques so that we can share our history in the village to those who we encourage to walk over to see it. So thank you very much for the grant.
So this grant is going to pay for raised accessible beds for a number of community gardens in the city. And some storage units as well, some sort of benches in which you can store garden tools that will also be accessible. It's the first step in trying to make community gardening in Kingston more accessible to a way wider range of people, and we're all really excited about this, and we're thrilled that the Community Foundation supports us in this.
And we used our grant towards our A Changing Melody Forum, which is part of our Authentic Partnership program, and the forum itself is a day organized by people living with dementia, for people living with dementia, and it was held here in Kingston in April, and we had 137 participants.
We are using our funds for the Please Listen program, which is a 6-week interactive group to provide a safe environment for children to talk about their parents as well who may have a mental health issue.
Community Harvest Working Group opened the Community Harvest Market in Rideau Heights to address issues of food insecurity in 2009, and thanks to this grant we will be able to run market for the third year, and it really increases access to healthy, locally grown food for people who live on low incomes. And we are particularly happy that children are keen to learn about healthy food and markets, and we will once again provide lots of activities for them so that they can happily run around. Thanks.
We are going to use the grant money to offer a 10-week program where we will have a music therapist come in and bring in toddlers and have them do a 1-hour once-a-week session with our residents with dementia.
Michelle Langlois and Alex Amodio of downtown Kingston, starting in 2012, have provided time before the feature film at Movies in the Square Thursday evenings in the summer to show a short film which, thanks to Darren Davis and Richard Mundell and the Kingston Film Cooperative, will, for a few short moments, allow Kingston residents and visitors to Kingston sitting in their lawn chairs in Springer Market Square to become armchair time travelers through Kingston's illustrious past.
We're heading the restoration of an old cemetery on the island called Pentland. Started in 1831 with the death of a Methodist child. It contains over 330 bodies. For years it was left to disintegrate and so forth, and we decided it was worth restoring due to the recorded history. It is, I think vitally important to communities to retain their cemeteries, preserve them. They are usually the only recorded history, as I said earlier.
I'm from the Kingston Community House for Self-Reliance, better known by its address, 99 York Street. It was purchased 30 years ago by a group of 4 women and donated to the community as a house for the community's use for low-cost room rental space to promote self-reliance. They're using the grant to remove old rugs and go back to hardwood floors, and we thank you very much. It really enhances.
First and foremost, this month, and this is what the grant from the Community Foundation will be contributing towards, we will be doing a screening and panel discussion on the relationship between artists, labor, and the economy at the AKA Autonomous Social Center.
So we're going to use the money to give people enough money to get together to practice, because a lot of the clients at the Street Health Clinic are very poor, and put together a musical set to play at the Art on the Street event in September.
These funds have supported us to properly display the interactive computerized history of local scout groups. This program will allow visitors to the museum, those visiting our mobile displays, and those who visit us on the web from around the world to tour 100 plus years of scouting in Kingston and the area. Thank you again for helping Kingston Scout Museum preserve the past for future generations.